Mechs are fine, but Torchlight, still there. I guess I win the argument. I'm really happy it's Torchlight Sunday. That is something that I am looking forward to every week now. No, I'm running late today. We stayed up pretty late last night, binging a TV show. So I probably slept until almost 10, and then, needed to eat and take a shower. And then I decided to clean my desk, which I've desperately needed to do, basically since I moved in here. And it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean. I did an acceptable job of cleaning my desk. I don't know. Could be better. There's a lot of space on here, but that also means there's a lot of space to just stack shit, you know? There we go. So
that is...
Fingerprints.
Okay.
There you go.
It's kind of clean.
Actually, it's just my paperweight old hard drives and
made
bookend
shelves
there
for my little notebooks.
I want to make
more of these notebooks.
And the only place that makes them is TeePublic, so I think I'm gonna have to like go back to TeePublic for a couple things. I don't know. Okay. So I think I'm probably gonna have to like go back to TeePublic a little bit and get some more notebooks. Honestly, I was kind of thinking like it would be cool to design like a set of notebooks that had designs on the spine. And then kind of go from there with what they are. I don't know. I like these notebooks. I need to use them more. I was using them a lot there for a while. Also, Mr. V, it's great to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend, buddy. But yeah, cleaned up. Organized a little bit. I don't know. There's still like piles of junk. Like here's this pile of junk. Figure it out. There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff on the desk. Which is not great. Air conditioner's working. We're gonna try something new today. With the lights. The lights are now synced to what's on the screen of a gaming PC. They probably won't work with commands, and if they do, I'll have to turn this back on because it's a different app on a different computer. But I don't know. Torchlight is a pretty colorful game that has like color moods, in each dungeon. Like there's a green area, there's silver areas, there's red areas. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to mess with the lights a bit. They are gonna make me look darker because there are bright lights back there. But, I wondered. This camera handles that stuff really well, unless there's like a super bright whatever. I mean, we'll really be able to see them. Well, probably. We'll probably be able to see them in the other camera. Maybe. Kind of subtle, aren't they? Oh, well, it's all a big experiment anyways. But, yeah. Mr. V, did you do anything cool this weekend? I can't remember if you answered yesterday when I asked in Discord. Let me clear my notifications here real quick. Oh, I'm trying another thing different. Not much? Alright. We had originally planned to celebrate our anniversary on Saturday. I mean, we did. We pretty much watched Arrowverse stuff all day. We are now... When the next time we watch Arrowverse, we will be watching the Crisis on Infinite Earths event. We watched 10 episodes yesterday to end like the episode before that. And I'm really excited. That's the one that I've been watching the show for because it seemed like a hell of a ambitious crossover. So I'm excited to see what it is. So no spoilers. I'm sure I will talk about my feelings afterwards. But it's been a really good build up to it. But yeah, we ended up doing that all day yesterday, and then like Friday night when my wife got back, we just stayed up till like 1 a.m. listening to music and hanging out after her flight. So that was a very long day, and then we woke up. My sleep schedule's a little messed up because of the last 2 nights. But excited about it. Tomorrow morning, it can't be messed up anymore though. because we're getting the shed built. The shed installed in our yard. You did finish watching a new show based on an old ongoing. Like, what's the show? The way you worded that makes me think it's Doctor Who. I feel like the sentence you just said. Oh, One Piece. Ah, gotcha. I gotcha. I don't think I have any interest in that. I know it's like a video game or an anime or something, and that one's it's like pirates or something. I don't know. Oh, the one on Netflix I see what I understand what you mean now. So you're trying out the original anime. I still probably owe it to myself and everybody else to watch. What was that, like, Firefly in space but jazz punk? You think I should give the Netflix show a try? Maybe. I don't know. Everything I've seen of it just doesn't look like my thing. But it's all a moot point anyways, because there's still like a million episodes of Arrowverse stuff. Like we're ever gonna watch anything else. There's a new show that on Netflix that like the next chance my wife's out of town or whatever, I'm gonna watch. It's like what's it called? It's like Who is Lillian Carter or something like that, or Who is Aaron Carter? That one looks pretty good. It looks exactly like my kind of like, you know, revenge trash. All right, that's kind of all I got. Oh, I was gonna mention this. And I'd love to hear feedback after a couple days. But I changed the way ads work on the channel. I went in to see if I had access to the ad timer that would let me know when ads are about to play. I don't know if it would actually change anything for me, but like, you know, I don't know when they play, so, you know, whatever. And I was messing around with it, and I saw some interesting things. Actually, here, let's go on a quick detour. I'll show you all what I was looking at, because I think I can do this without showing any vital information. But give me a second. The revenue section of the Discord is a little scary. I just want to look over it real quick. Okay. All right. As long as I don't click out of this, we'll be okay. Negative. Okay. So here's what I was messing with. So they have this. This is how ads work now on Twitch, which I hadn't messed with at all before today. Oh, Mr. V says you want to watch more Doctor Who, but no new episodes have been released. Streaming service for years. Oh, they're all on TV only now? Interesting. So I'm not going to save any of the things that we screw around with, but here's the way I got it set up. Yo, Puzzles, welcome in, my friends. It's Torchlight Sunday. You hyped? So I was looking at this. So there's a very specific window of two things that you can do to get the 55% split, which is like, this is all whatever, right? I think I've actually gotten like $8 1 month from ads. And I'm more looking at this. You love Torchlight Sunday so much. I'm so happy to hear that. I do too. This is one of my favorite streams. I'm so glad I decided to do this. So this is wild. Watch this. So if you do 3 minutes of ads, you get 55 minutes. If you do just a little bit down, it jumps to 30%. You see that? So like 2 minutes 30 seconds. So if you do less than that, and you have to get your ad spacing down to. Oh, look at that. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, so it's a little bit lower. It's at 50 every 50 minutes. But if you're doing like 30-second ads, to get that 55% sharing, you have to do them 8 minutes apart. Like, there's just this weird slider to get that 55, that line. It's very strange. So here's the way I gotta set it. And I know this isn't ideal, ads suck, but I am, you know, an affiliate streamer, and I don't want pre-rolls. Nobody wants pre-rolls. So here's what I got. So you'll notice this part right here is pre-roll ads, and I can send that back a little bit. But I'm not going to. I'm gonna put it at 5 minutes because I always do my intro for at least 5 minutes. It's usually about 6 or 7. So in this time frame, in the first hour, there will be pre-roll ads, but there won't be for, like, you know, until, like, let's say, you know, 2:15 or 2:05 or whatever, right? So this, every hour you get a full hour of no ads. The catch is that it's 3 minutes of ads. And if I go any lower, there's like less of a split. And I'm just like, if I'm gonna do 2.5 minutes of ads or whatever, I might as well do 3 and maybe make a couple more pennies, you know? You use ad blocker? Great. I got no issues with that. I got no issues with that, no issues with Twitch Turbo, and no issues with subbing to the channel, obviously. You know, I'm not trying to, like, punish or drive people away here. But what I do want, and this is very important to me, is I don't want pre-roll ads whenever a new viewer pops into the channel. Because that's fucking annoying. That is super annoying. And I've had Twitch Turbo for so long now that I didn't realize how bad it got. There was like I was watching Twitch in not my account for a few minutes in like a private browser or whatever, or a new browser that I hadn't logged in, and it was insane. It was insane. Like, I just clicked on a streamer and then I was like, well, I'll go to this other streamer, and I clicked on that one and it was like, you know, 10 minutes of ads. It was ridiculous. But yeah, this is one of those things, right? Like, when you're a streamer and you're raiding people, like, it's really hard to do a raid or to see what they're doing with 3 minutes of ads and pre-roll, you know? The Twitch Turbo payout, I believe, a paid view is more than an ad. I believe on Twitch, I believe that Twitch Turbo gets, like, broken down and gets put into the ad money. If they don't do it that way, I couldn't imagine what else would it be. But I think Twitch Turbo goes into some pool that goes to one of the things that goes to all streamers, probably. It could just go into somebody's pocket in one of the offices. I don't know. But that would be my guess. They aren't exactly transparent on a lot of things. So I did add this upcoming ad break notification for 5 minutes. And supposedly it will show up in chat. So if y'all wouldn't mind keeping an eye out for it, you know, in the next hour. So that I know to look for it. Because I don't always watch that chat. I use an IRC program. But I hope this is a good thing. And I'm always happy to take feedback. And change my approach on things that don't work out. But I feel like no pre-roll ads for new viewers or you guys refreshing your browsers is a good thing. And that's what I want. But at the same time, it's like, if I'm gonna go this length, I might as well put it at the, 55% whatever. There you go. That was something I looked into today, and we'll see how that goes. There we go. Cool. Spellcross, great to see you. Glad to have you here. But yeah, ads are a contentious thing, and I hate them. I just do. But it's part of the game, you know? Subject is not here. I've been pushing off dealing with them at all for years because it's such a small amount. I think there was 1 month, and I don't know why this happened, but 1 month that I actually looked at how much I made in ads, and it was like somewhere between $8 and $10. It was like $8.80 or something. Sounds familiar? Which is kind of wild. I've been pushing it off because it's almost not worth looking into, but my motivation right now is getting rid of pre-rolls for new viewers. People that raid in, for example, don't want that. Or streamers that raid in. You know what? You know what sucks? You know what the most awkward thing in streaming is? The thing that I struggle with the most. Well, there's lots of things I struggle with, but this one feels just awful. Is when somebody raids in, I see the notification, and then it's like, do I greet everybody, get real excited, and welcome them in? And then in like, what, 2 or 3 minutes, the streamer's actually in and he hasn't heard any of that? Or the viewers are actually in and they haven't heard any of it? And I've gone back to the game and it's like I've ignored the people that raided in. So like, I kind of like, I watch the notification go by and then I'm just like, waiting. And then, if we're lucky, as soon as the streamer can type in chat, they say hi, and I'm like, yeah, welcome in, Like, I'm just sitting here, like, building up hype internally about to explode. But it's a funny thing, and it's super annoying. And I think if we do ads this way, I won't have to do that. I can just greet people within the 30 seconds of the raid alert. And just knowing that I can do that every time will feel way more natural to me. So, hoping for that. Alright. Today, we're doing Torchlight. I can't wait. It's good to way to shorten it anyway. It is, but I'm, like, sitting there, like, pretending I didn't see it for, like, 2 minutes. Until somebody types in chat, and I feel very awkward about it. I don't like it. But it is good to way to shorten it anyway, because it takes a while to load up the browser tab. Yeah, it's about there. It's literally I wait as long as I can stand waiting. But that's a funny thing that I have to go through when there's a raid. Oh man. Okay, let's get into Torchlight. But yes, obviously I want to hear y'all's opinion on ads. That will, ultimately influence what I do because. I'm not trying to make the channel unwatchable or anything, but I feel like pre-roll ads are worse than having ads every hour. Because I can't not have ads every hour. You can't actually disable that. The lowest you can go is 30 seconds, but you spend the next hour with pre-rolls for everyone that comes in. Get raided into the middle of, oh yeah, there's like a little bit of delay. Fair enough. In your experience as a viewer, I find it a bit of a turnoff when the streamer is rated and they choose to turn 100% attention into welcoming everyone for the next 10 minutes. Dude, 100% I am right there with you. If there is a balance that you have to walk that has to come naturally to the person, so it should be different for every streamer. But there is definitely, like, especially with bigger raids, right? Like as a big raid comes in and you're like, this is my opportunity to tell you about every single thing that I do in this channel. And it's like do that or play it cool and risk like the other streamer being like, oh, there's no hype for me raiding. But every streamer has to like walk that line on their own path, But yeah. But you have to, right? Like that's just part of being in a community of other streamers and viewers. Is somebody comes in, you have to acknowledge it. Otherwise, what are we doing here? But yeah, you gotta find that balance. And well, the thing is like you have to find that balance and be consistent about it. Because, if like somebody raids in and then you're like, for whatever reason more excited about the next person that raids in, like, I do so many things to make sure that people don't feel like shit for being here. One of the things that I do, which I can't take out in chat, but I never talk about the size of a raid. 1 person, 100 people does not get mentioned. And I like all of my mods have been instructed to like never talk about the size of a raid because I don't want somebody chose to bring their people here. That's amazing. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter how many people they brought, And truth be told, like 5 people in a living room is a goddamn crowd. You know? So I'm happy with whatever. But yeah, there is etiquette that not everybody understands, or they emulate, you know, other streamers they like who may not be doing it correctly or could be doing it better, you know, whatever. Your size doesn't matter. not when it comes to raids, no. But yeah, I could talk about this forever. This is stuff that I think about. I've thought about this for years to try to, you know, figure out where I fit into all of it. But it is like, you know, when you're a streamer, the best thing you do is watch other streamers. And even if it's just not doing the things that make you feel weird, awkward, or uncomfortable when you're there. Oh, I just realized that emote was be yourself. Love it. Love it. But definitely, you know, the things that work out well, you take those too. We all learn together. Alright. Torchlight's out. Lost my cable. Alright. Oh, I'm so happy to be back at Torchlight. A week is almost too long. A week is almost too long. Natural and comfortable in your stream? I don't know how I got there. I don't know how I got there. Well, the one thing... Hey, Superfly Floof, welcome in. Great to have you here. One thing that I have done in the past, before I streamed, was I played guitar in a rock band, so, you know, being on stage is not... I'm just an awkward person to begin with, but being on camera or talking to people or being in front of people is something that I got over long ago. Not that there isn't, like, you know, I hit the live button and I'm like, you know, deep breathing exercises, because I am. But, I don't know, being around... Well, the other thing is so much different than being on a stage in front of complete strangers. I get to hang out with my friends here. I feel comfortable because you guys are so awesome, and, you know, you come back every single day. Like, that's amazing. That's completely different than any other form of, you know, entertainment, because this is actually just hanging out in a, you know, comfortable, safe place. Did I play progressive metal or something? I was in a female-fronted hard rock band. Kind of. I mean, the one that's gonna pop into your head is probably Evanescence, and it wasn't not that, but it was heavier. But it wasn't like full death metal. It was more like 90s hard rock, or like 90s hardcore. Like somewhere between like Evanescence, Theo, Norma Jean, that area. Right up your alley. Send me a PM and I'll send you. We did an album. We put an album. Actually, the band is Serenity's Call. You can look it up. We are on. I don't know why, but we are on all of the major streaming platforms. I don't know why. It's Serenity 'S space call. We did that album that's on there. I don't know why iTunes approved it, but apparently putting it up on either iTunes or CD Baby then meant that like years later it would be put on Spotify, Google Play Music, YouTube, and we didn't approve that. It's just there. But this is an album that we recorded in one shot in 16 hours, and it is, you know, it was done by a student in a very professional recording studio. It was one of the big school studios that, you know, did a lot of music up in the Midwest. I can't think of its name now. I mean, this was 2008 that we recorded this. Band ended in 2011, but I'm very proud of what we did. But like, you know, if you're musically inclined, you'll hear it's not perfect. It was rushed to get it done in an opening in a studio, like with no money. So I don't know why it's on iTunes, but I'm still proud of it. Still damn proud of it. I will say this though, the music that we wrote after that album really kicked its ass, but it was never recorded. It was never recorded. We were recording a Legacy album in 2011 when we broke up. We broke up because you know, our singer Jenna, she graduated college and got offered a job many states away. Another thing that happened was our bass player was like he had the vehicle that would haul our equipment, and that vehicle ended up breaking down, and he ended up buying like a little hatchback car, and just like all these little things started to fall apart with like the way we've been doing stuff as Weekend Warriors for the last like 5 years, doing regional touring stuff, and it just was like, yeah, it just kind of just fell apart. But my biggest regret in life, yeah, maybe my biggest, is that I didn't push everybody to finish that final like Legacy album, because that music was, we had figured it out by then. We hadn't figured it out by the first album. But the songs that we wrote, actually here, let me just drop a link real quick to the YouTube. There's a lot of live show there that would give you a glimpse of where the band was headed past that first album. After I post this link, we're gonna get on Torchlight, promise. Also, you'll see a much younger me, much younger, 11 years ago, me, with short hair, which is the thing that happens. Apparently, there's somebody else that made an album called Serenity's Call now. Interesting. Spiritual awakening. I cleaned out my history when I did recently, or I changed browsers or something. I don't even remember what it was, but like I don't have it bookmarked. Huh. There we go. Wow, that took a while. Here you go. This is the YouTube channel where I probably, I don't know, 2015 or so, I dumped all of the live footage that we'd ever collected. But yeah, in that top banner picture, that's me in the middle, which is just bizarre to look at, because that's not what I look like anymore. Alright, let's get some Torchlight going. Thanks for going on that adventure with me. Music's cool. Turns out. I haven't touched my guitar really in years. Just kind of a bummer, but. Okay, this guy just dropped a portal that we're gonna get in. Right? Wait a second. Why I can't click? I'm gonna start the game. I've alt-tabbed a few times, which might be our issue here, because I noticed that it takes away part of the overlay of the game when you alt-tab. Come on, mouse. I turned from Gordon. Yeah. You know what? It's funny. I actually spent a few Halloweens with a crowbar going as Gordon Freeman. I had these like thick rimmed glasses and everything. Gordon Freeman was my go-to in that era. A diverse group of people. It was, yeah. Oh, we were inseparable friends there before life happened. I talk to Jenna now, the singer. That's it. Did some sampling of the YouTube channel. Huge fan of Deftones channeling a little bit of their Sent to Church. Yeah, yeah, Deftones. I can see that. Officially not one of the influences, but I think, you know, some of the stuff that wasn't influenced was definitely, oh, here's the portal link. It's like offsite. Alright, we're going for the dive. I do like Deftones. Specifically, I love the song My Own Summer. This is one of my, like, all-time favorites from anybody. A lot of influences I had was, like I said, like Norma Jean Zao. There was a band called Embodiment that I was super into. Embodiment, probably more than anybody else. The way they played guitar, I was just head over heels for. Around the Fur is also a great one. Yeah. You know, and then stuff, you know. You know, the truth is, we didn't listen to, like, you know, we all knew Evanescence and Flyleaf and some of the bands that were around before that. But we didn't really, none of us listened to female-fronted rock bands, which was weird, because we didn't really pull any influence from them. The vocalist, and this is super interesting, the vocalist we found right out of high school, Jenna, was and I shit you not, a professionally trained opera singer. And then we held her back. But she could do full opera, you know, whatever you call that, sweeps or whatever. And she started screaming, and it was awesome. I mean, it was really awesome. The first time we heard her scream was like, it was pretty insane. We were like, you know, doing the audition thing. Yeah, she's a trained opera singer. So now she's this girl is kind of insane. She is a bodybuilder. She can literally pick up and throw me. I have seen her do some like Lara Croft level shit climbing mountains. But she has become like she's an impressive woman always. And I'm really, really happy and lucky that she's still in my life. But there's actually, I think the channel's gone on the Discord, but there are pictures of me and her going to a big metal festival like 2 years ago. Which is, you know, one of the first times I got to hang out with her in a long time, because we don't live anywhere near each other. These guys, okay. But yeah, Jenna. She's the kind of girl that would do like roller derby and stuff. I think she went with the name Genocide, which was funny then, cringy now. Yeah. Well, Jenna, you know, she was like my absolute best friend for a very long time. Ooh. Okay, paying attention. Yeah, we were pretty inseparable for a long time. Then you know, when the band broke up and everybody had hurt feelings over some aspect of it. Me specifically, because I poured everything into that for years. Hey Matt, glad welcome in. The former life as a rockstar, yeah. Oh, hello. That's big. They're just like pushing it down the stairs too. I have been tempted to take the raw files of that first album and get it pressed on record just for fun. But it's also like not at a quality that would benefit at all. It's just something I could do. And I might do it one day. I don't know. Wow, there's a lot going on. And I almost died. Not paying attention to things. Damn, okay. Are we this rusty? Similar kind of singer as Floor Jansen. I don't recognize that game. Okay, real quick. We need to mess with this, I think. Oh, hey, yeah, right, by a floppy disk. Oh, sure, that's why it was like that. Yeah, so how do we get on that? We were talking about things that make me comfortable streaming. It's just, I've done that. I did, you know, in high school, I did choir, which is interesting. because I can't sing anymore. I haven't even tried to sing. You know, as soon as I got into band, it was all like growling and shouting. There are several songs on that album where I do backup vocals. Short Story, for example, that one is primarily me. That was one of those songs you write when you're getting divorced. One of my favorite things about being in a band is hanging out with other bands, so it makes total sense that as a streamer I hang out with other streamers. I like doing things like setting up shows. I like organizing things. But I never want to organize shows in the music industry again. Fuck that. Thank you for the follow, friend. Because organizing shows in the music industry is a special kind of, like, hopeless. And frustrating. There's a lot of very selfish people in that field. Oh! Whoa, Jesus, okay. Man, we just, like, walked into the hard dungeon today. Did we take that healing off of the pet? We must have. Yeah, trying to we worked so hard. We practiced and tried to write music every Thursday evening for about 4 hours. You know, then we hung out and had dinner and we just, you know, and then every Saturday and Sunday, shit you not, every Saturday and Sunday for like 5 years, we met up at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning and went till, you know, noon or 2, and we did that for a long time. Yeah. Other cool stuff that we did. So, man, I'm just gonna talk about this all day, I guess. So we actually, Matt Glad mentioned this, but we released a digital album, not streaming, not download, but we got these like 1 gigabyte thumb drives, these blue ones, and we made some stickers to go on them. And then, you know, we put them, they had these clamshell packages. So I opened up all the clamshells, pulled out whatever brand, like PNY, paperwork was in it, measured it, and then we made our own, like, album art onto it and stuck it in there. We resold them inside the PNY's clamshell. But this album wasn't just the files. The files were there, but it was also, I used a program called Auto Run Typhoon. So you plug it in, it's like you want to auto run, and you're like, yeah, you hit click yes, and this like really cool interface came up that would let you have like a music player down at the bottom, and it had like all the lyric sheets, which I also designed from like photography that I had. You're secretly aware? Yeah. And it was very neat. We also put in another artist that I really liked named Mark Prue, who did, you know, acoustic stuff, and he ended up having a band called Mark Prue and the Follow Through, and I loved his work. But we ended up like adding a couple of his like demo songs on it too as extra. In hindsight, we should have done that with a lot more local bands. But we probably had about 50 of these, and they're all out there somewhere. I think there were 2 that were co-signed to local record stores in that town. And just probably maybe 4 years ago, they called to get us to come get them, the ones that didn't sell. But it was interesting. Like, we tried something different with thumb drives. But we were always, like, we made and released the CD all in-house. Which is right here. It's kind of interesting. So like I only have 2 copies of this left. There were like 2 versions. There was one that like I just was never happy with how the art on it looked, so I retouched it in a second one, and that second one was when we got approved to have our own barcode, which is wild. But yeah, all of these we did in-house with our own CD printer. Like, I mean, they're literally all burnt discs, right? We didn't get it professionally pressed because we were doing it, ourselves as cheap as possible. We spent like a couple days down at like Office Max with their getting these things printed out and then cutting them and putting them together. So like the first CD we put out, we went with like poster insert for all the lyrics. Like I think all of these are pictures I took except for that one. And this one was actually hand-drawn by the drummer for Falling Leaves. But like this one's inside of a cave. This one is actually the sister of the drummer ended up marrying the bass player. Has been married to him forever. And these were all people at one of the shows. We had them do like a paper doll thing for this song that we had called Paper Dolls. So this was all them like at the side of a bar. We just cut them out and I used that. This one we don't talk about. That's my first wedding. I was bitter, but like the back of this thing was a poster, which I'm pretty proud of. It actually ended up looking pretty cool. So with the second album, yeah, the best part is the link to MySpace. I know, right? But the second album, I actually did it a little bit different, and we did like a booklet, which I was happier with. The poster was awkward to get folded up right and put in there. Anyways, there you go. There's some history. A whole hot summer up in Lee's attic making this. He held off mentioning the MySpace thing. They just smiled. Oh yeah, no, that was it. Like all of our growth came from MySpace. And then probably about the time MySpace started to die off is when, we started to call it 2011 or so. There was just one day that MySpace was gone, right? Like, and everybody just went to Facebook. It was like that. It was pretty crazy. Lots of great music, man. A lot of the bands I still love I found on MySpace. And then every once in a while, I'm like, I want to hear that one good Tila Tequila song. But yeah, I found a lot of amazing bands. And MySpace was also one of the best places to hook up with other musicians to do shows and go on tours with. Yeah, Tila Tequila, what a mess. But like, you know what my favorite part of MySpace was that music player, that you could go to any artist and just add their music to your profile and you had your 4 songs. And I was always changing that out. It was an obsession. Always have like my favorite music like ready to go in case somebody clicked on my profile. In hindsight, probably nobody cared as much as me, but I would like go to other people's profiles and listen to their music and, judge them. I do miss what MySpace was when it was new. Archive.org has a collection of MySpace music. It's mostly emo. I wonder if Serenity's Call is still there. Another thing that I did during all of that was I made MySpace layouts for other bands, which was kind of cool. Did some photo shoots. I had this one of like a girl was actually my wife's friend, like curled up on the floor, and like when you scrolled up, her body was covered in like puzzle tattoo type of thing that I overlaid on her. But when you scrolled up, like several of the pieces of the puzzle like slid up the page, or when you scroll down the page, so like part of like the skin came off, and there was just like this flame inside. That one I was super proud of. That was when I was learning about like transparencies and placing things on a page that would scroll independently in MySpace. It was a neat effect. Probably still have all the files on a hard drive someplace, but damn.
Your pet has fled. Your pet is fleeing.
Somebody needs to tell that pet to chill. Why is this dungeon so difficult? The range of the shooting on this character, I was wondering today if maybe The range of the shooting is like 1024 by 768, and this being widescreen is why we can't hit things on the outside edges, but we always can here. We did do something kind of cool recently. We had friends, my wife's friends were visiting. I guess all our friends did. Their 3-year-old was here, and he got to play my old guitar. I hooked it up for him. Like the first time he'd ever touched a guitar, he'd been kind of obsessed with them since he saw his first concert. And he just was so obsessed with it. Couldn't stop talking about it. We ended up buying a really cheap but pretty like acoustic guitar. And sending it to him, which we've been getting like iPhone videos of him playing with this guitar that he's nicknamed Tillamook because of the Tillamook cheese factory that he went to. Everything Pacific Northwest is like collaged in this kid's head. It's beautiful. But I've really enjoyed like seeing that he spends hours and hours playing this guitar, or just banging on it, open tuning, banging on it. But still, it's real nice. Woo! God. Wow. The entrance of this floor. Let's do that, because no, we'll go to town. Wow. Okay. I thought that I hit the, okay, good, it's still here. I was pretty sure that I hit health twice and nothing happened. So glad this isn't a permadeath run. Is it because I'm right at the edge of a level? And this dungeon is like 2 levels ahead of me? I was mentioning this at the beginning of the stream, but this light behind me is actually set to picking up screen colors today. So as we, move around to the different colored biomes, the light will change. But it's not. Why? Oh, I think the other program came over. Hang on. I fixed that. Where are you? Well, we'll toggle this one back on. Oops. Wrong thing. Okay. Now it is picking up screen colors. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, I need to get back in the habit of using traps. Traps are the key here. This was the room that killed me. It's kind of easy. Pet's a golem that's messing me up here.
Insufficient mana.
Damn, these little zombies are messing me up. Is everybody good? Everybody good? Okay. Fame.
The level.
Wait.
Your fame has increased.
Yo, we got fame and a level at the same time. We got 2 points to spend. Let's go. Alright. Alright. I think... Man, I almost think we need to put into defense right now. We had a death. Let's put some in defense. Explosive shot we should probably do. Chance to block either with or without a shield. Interesting. We've been specializing here. It's gonna take a lot for me to get into dual wield here. Flechette trap. We should probably take that one up some. We'll take... Did you freeze? Okay, whew. Okay, Flechette trap. No, we'll just crank Flechette trap. Flechette trap is done. Now we can focus on whatever comes next. And we have done, like, nothing in Rogue except for the Treasure Hunter. Release a set of enchanted poison dirks which slowly seek out and pierce enemies. Interesting. Maybe... What's this one? Hamstring. A swish dash slices the enemies with a pair of dirks. Impairing their movement and inducing bleeding. Faster movement. Slower movement for 6 seconds. 100% plus 100 damage for 6 seconds. That could be kind of interesting. Maybe we'll focus on that a bit. Well, these flechettes should be unstoppable at this point.
My mana is low.
Loving this tune. Really, Matt Uelman did such a good job with this one. Honestly, some of the music in here, with like a few exceptions, is better than Diablo 1. For sure. I don't know what hit me. That hurt. Obviously, the Tristram theme in Diablo 1 is like the best. I expected, like, something up there to make that room worth existing. How are we doing on inventory here? You go there, you probably, you guys can go for Uh-huh. The shitty belt for 41, huh? Alright. When do you change back to a dog? Cat. I'm so terrible. What a mimic? This is gonna be cute. There we go. Now it's a chompy chest. I forgot how hilarious that is. Now, these little skeletons, they don't screw around. They're pretty serious. One of the things that we're working... Oh. One of the things that we're working on is cash for trash. Means I gotta sell a ton of stuff manually to vendors for an achievement. And it's a real pain in the ass. Stand here and give them some range. Is that a big one? Oh, I didn't see any. These traps make such a huge difference. Bonk, 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 bonk. Down there. Is that where we're heading? Maybe. Ooh, yeah, we're going down there now. I think that's like a treasure room, honestly. There's a lot of gold. A lot of gold. Well, a lot of piles of gold. I just gotta... Oh. Ooh, a cup cure ember. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, these are both dead. It's good. Oh my god. So what have y'all been working on this weekend? Anybody been playing any good games? Look at this. Look at this black area here. That was weird. It's like a smoke or something up high. Oh yeah, I guess it's like all over the level. I just haven't been noticing it. You finally broke and started BG3? I was gonna wait till no net time of the move. Couldn't resist any longer. You know, I think the group that I was gonna play that with is gonna fall apart, mostly because I don't have time. But there's been a lot of hesitation on starting it now or ever from the group, which has been, it's a huge bummer. But I also, like, you know, we were supposed to start it this September, and I kind of looked at my weekends and I'm like, that's it. Like, Saturday is the only day that I have. And ooh, ad break in 3 minutes. Okay. All right. I just saw the thing, so let's see how that works. It's actually a pretty big pop-up, all things considered. We'll see how that goes. So there's gonna be an ad break in 3 minutes. It stopped pre-rolls, which is something I started trying today. You know, if you have ad blocker or Twitch Turbo or subbed or whatever, it won't matter. Actually surprised at how big that pop-up is. And if you're stuck in an ad for a couple minutes, just know that I'm just sitting here clicking on heads, just clicking on the dudes. It'll be fine. as is the grinding of this. I think the pet, we're gonna get rid of his spawn things deal. Not now, when we have something else. Because the spider webs are good. But I really hate the skeletons. They make me hesitate on attacking stuff. Next time we go to town, we're gonna take a peek at what we can do for that. Something different. The sword, we run into those less, so maybe that's the way to go. I like the sword. I like the sword. Oh, that's a real big one. Okay. Okay. That's what the pet pulled aggro on the big girl. Ooh. Ah, come on. Really? Right now? We're doing this now? But why? I gotta crash OBS real quick. I gotta crash OBS real quick. I'll be right back.